Hey guys, it's Brooke. Sorry it's been a little while since I've done anything. Things have been kind of hectic lately, so Adam's been sick, and it's not related to the whole global thing right now, so no need to worry about that. Um, so I haven't really been doing a whole lot other than trying to keep my house tidy, and we took back like $60 of bottles and cans today because we've had like bottle mountain going on in our living room, so there's probably like 20 bags total, and I think we took back half. So I've really been just kind of crafting and playing my Switch lately when I am home. um, so I think I'm just going to show you a few of the things that I've been working on the last couple of weeks and talk about them a little bit. So the first thing that I started working on was, I don't know what you're supposed to call them, like pressed butterflies or spread butterflies. I don't really know. So I ordered off of Wish probably last fall. So like months ago. There was a 6-pack of like dried butterflies. So I ordered those, and they come like with their wings completely closed together. So I actually have one I'll grab to show you. This one is not closed. I couldn't open it all the way though because it was really like the wings are in rough shape. So this one, since I couldn't really get it to do what I wanted it to and flatten it out without breaking it, you can see its wings are all tattered. I just glued it to this pine cone and I'm just gonna have it on my shelf like that because I think it's cute. But I figured out, I actually looked up some videos, and if you get them dried, you can wrap them in like damp paper towel and put them in the fridge. It said for 24 hours, but I had to leave mine for 48 hours before I could do anything with them. Maybe I didn't have the paper towel damp enough. I'm not really sure, but I guess I can experiment with it next time and see if I do it differently, if it works better. I don't think I paid very much. I think like $8 for 6 butterflies. And then I have these frames I got from IKEA for $1. So it's really not that expensive to do on your own, and I'd like to do more and get better at it and possibly sell them eventually because I think it's really cool. So I will show you the first one. This is the largest butterfly that came in the pack that I bought, and it's not perfect. This is my first attempt at ever doing this, and these were not the best specimens either. Like, most of them did not have their antennas. This one has them, but one of them is broke off like halfway. So get a little closer for you. It's really pretty. I don't know what kind it is. If you know what kind of butterfly this is, please tell me in the comments. Yeah, you can see his little antennas broke. It's just a really interesting color. I like the pattern, like these little crosses coming up from the edge of the wings. It's really pretty. And then what I'm even more excited about, I had never seen a cicada before until last summer. And it was on my patio, dead, and it was already like dried and everything. So I like looked at it. It was still completely intact. It looked perfect. And I had just got the butterflies at this time, and I thought it'd be cool if I saved him or her and tried to do the same thing, and I did it. And they're the coolest but also creepiest looking bugs that I've ever seen. They're really big. And their wings are clear, and they have like little veins you can see all in there. So here's the first cicada I've ever seen in my life. It's a little crooked. I couldn't get this wing to come up as much, and I didn't want to snap it. So it is a little bit uneven, and they have these cute little bottom wings too. Hopefully you're not getting too much of a glare. The sun is really weird today. On that note, I just ordered lighting today, so tomorrow I should have some actual lighting for this, so I don't have to sit here in my window and like squint. And I've been only recording in the daytime because when Adam is going to work on his regular schedule, I have a few hours every morning to myself, and I can't record with other people around. It's just too awkward. I get really anxious, and then I talk really quiet, and I like sound like I'm mumbling. So I just decided I had to spend money on Tesla's special food because he's on prescription food. And I had like $40 left from my birthday money, and I found some lights that were like $34.99, I think. So like $37.99 with tax, I think, is what I ended up paying. And that was just in my budget. And they had 700 and some reviews and 4.5 stars. So hopefully those come tomorrow. And hopefully this is the last time you have to see awkward lighting. This lighting really doesn't look bad when I look back at the recording, other than like some shading on my face. But then I can record whenever I have time to. I feel like I have a lot to say, but at the same time, nothing, if that makes any sense. So we'll jump into another thing that I worked on. And these are beautiful. I've made them before, well, one, and I have it hanging up here above my like kind of witchy looking shelves that I adore. And I can show you those in this video too, I might as well. It's all stuff that I've curated and found myself, made a lot of it. So this is a deer moss antler, I don't know what to call it, but isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love these. So this is this moss that I buy from TJ Maxx. They don't have it all the time, but I think you can get it. I saw it at Michael's. It comes in like a purple bag, and there's like probably double this amount. But this is the first deer I ever shot, a spike buck, and I've got like my little deer license on the back for it. But I just think that is the most beautiful thing, because underneath it was like a green leather, and that's a pretty like basic, like a normal mount that I see pretty much everywhere. And while it does look very nice, and my grandparents had this done for me and I adore them and appreciate it, I think it looks so cool with this on here. And if I get any more, this is what I'm doing with them from now on. Okay, here's a little behind the scenes. This is where my computer's at. My microphone that I haven't figured out how to use yet. Current obsession. Where's my finger in this? Oh, I never used the front facing camera. This is my favorite snack right now. I wasn't sure I was going to like them, but I'm seriously obsessed with them. And I'm watching weird ambulance shows. This is an antique owl that my grandma gave me, and it's gorgeous. This is a bunch of my crystals. I'll show you from above so you can actually see them all. Keep them in there. My vintage Gulliver's Travels book that I got at a yard sale for 50 cents. My philodendron Brazil. Got like a little leaf that came in, and I think it died before it even opened. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but then my regular heartleaf philodendron. This one I grew from a tiny little cutting. And it's got some weird marks on the leaves, but I'm gonna clean them and hope that eventually I can just trim the ugly ones. Okay, so then I have a pheasant feather in there from my grandma. This little crystal kitty, as I love cats. This little statuette thing, I don't believe in whatever it represents. It's some goddess I can't remember the name of, but I just think it's really pretty. It's gorgeous, and even though I don't really particularly favor religion at all, I just think that some of their relics and statuettes and stuff like this are so cool, like just artistically. So this is a little box that has, if you can hear it, some powdered incense that I made in it. I'm not going to open it because I can't one-handed, but then some matches in that little black box, a muskrat skull, some dried flowers, and desert sage, a butterfly that came in that box I was just talking about, but this one, I couldn't get it to spread, and it's so pretty that I did not want to break it attempting to spread it. This is a candle, and then some blue agate, and then there's a second shelf. Also these shelves, I think I paid like $27 for 2 of them off of Amazon, and then I just got some little anchors that you screw into the wall, and I anchored them so they hold quite a bit. So then we go up here to the second shelf. I've got some dried rosebuds that I dried. I just hang things upside down and then pin them to my ceiling, and they dry really well. This is a vintage or antique, I don't know the difference, cone incense burner that I got from my grandma too, and I love it. A little moth that I drew. That is a green onyx mortar and pestle that I bought from Spirit Dreams, and I love it. Here's another butterfly that came in there, and it's flattened and everything. I just don't have any more frames yet, so I'm gonna let it sit here until I can get another one. And then a fluorite ball and a palmistry hand that I got from Spirit Halloween last fall, and I love it. And then here is that other moss deer mount thing. I did not get this deer. This was by my grandpa's friend Richard, but it just looks so pretty. I made this hanging one. I just tied some feathers and burlap and stuff. Neat little wreath. Dried flowers. I bought this at a little festival near my house that was handmade. Along with this was handmade from the same little place, by a different person though. And then my little handmade jewelry hanger. It's just a stick, and then I screwed some little hooks into it. I just really like the natural look. And then I just have dried flowers behind my monitor, and that came from Freya's Forest with my fox skull, if you remember me talking about that. So yeah, that's my desk. I know it looks a little chaotic, probably because it is. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to lately. Things are still weird, like things are open mostly, but people aren't really going to them just to be safe, or, well, some are still, and not wearing masks even though it's the law now. But we're just kind of taking it easy and hoping that this blows over. But I don't think it's going to at this point. I think this is going to be normal for a long time. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope this wasn't too boring. I've had a lot of fun with crafting and stuff lately. If you want to know how I did anything, you can ask me. It's all pretty easy, but I'm always willing to help. So yeah, thanks for watching.